go.
And I will bring it up on my channel.
Re-gift the video, please.
Yes, please, re-gift me. Re-gift us all.
Hi, baby. What?
Okay. Live.
Yeah, how can he re-gift it if nobody's in here?
Hang on.
Well, Tell me.
There.
Tell me.
There. Now I got me on mute. Woohoo!
Oh.
Hey, Wonder Pup. Hey, Alan. Hey, Fallen.
Hey, Wonder Pup. Hey, Alan.
How you guys doing?
Can you guys re-gift the video? We asked earlier, but there was nobody in here, so I don't know how anybody could re-gift.
No, it's just that I wasn't in here.
Oh, okay.
They were in here. What the heck? No, I didn't do that. There we go. How is everyone today?
No. I'd be fine if I didn't lose my socks.
You'd be fine if you didn't lose your head.
I married you.
Awesome.
Of course.
Alan's good.
I'm excited for this.
Okay, guys. Tomorrow, we will have Dead Paranormal Memories on at this time. Hey, Irish Whiskey.
Hi, Irish.
Thanks for coming in.
Sherry from PWI will be up momentarily.
Yes. We will have Dead Paranormal Memories tomorrow at 2.
But we got an interview about 9 or 9:30 tonight.
Ooh! Hopefully you're okay, Wonder Pup.
What happened?
Wonder Pup says Abraxas, don't do the ghost pepper sauce. I almost had to go to the hospital the other night.
Oh. Are you okay?
Yeah. I hope so.
So that challenge is off. Yes, I know. I still got to get the pickles and milk thing.
Yes.
I forgot. We got to wait until we can get our income tax. Get some money.
Okay. We got a very special guest coming in tonight.
Today.
Or, yeah.
Well, with me and I, her time. But
today. Or this afternoon. To the people that are here in the U.S. To the evening. To the people that are viewing us from the U.K.
or overseas. Maybe.
Oh, shoot.
What?
I'm sorry to hear that, Wonder Pup.
What happened?
I drank half of the bottle. Hour later was peeing blood.
Wow. Now, I've heard of peeing fire, but I've never heard of peeing blood. That's got to be bad. That's not good.
What did you tell them when they asked what happened?
Stop the plates. Stop the plates. It's only bread. Not like you're shaking eggs. No.
Hey, Shadow Demon! Welcome to the stream!
Hey, Shadow. That same one that was in here earlier? The other day?
Not that I know of.
Hey, Shadow Demon. Welcome to the family.
ODSD. Well, waiting for the guest to come on. I already sent her the invite.
She's a little nervous, so maybe her nerves got the better of her. She forgot how to do it.
No. I don't see that happening.
She'll be fine, though.
Yes.
I know she will. I'm just excited. She keeps staring at that door, Chris.
I know.
Now she's staring up. You're looking for Daphne and Marlene? I know they're here. I know Daphne and Marlene, Grandma. Yeah, I know they're all here, Grandpa. Yeah, they're all here, Daddy and Mommy. Yeah.
Okay, she's on her way back. She had to go up to the shop to get something to eat. So you guys are going to be hanging out with us two or us three if the dog ever decides to get into it.
Dog's into it, but she's laying behind you.
But yeah, she is on her way back.
Get it. Come on. Come on.
I'm just sending her a quick message on Facebook.
Getting toward the end. In the dirt. Yeah.
Hey, Penny, for your thoughts. Welcome.
Hey, Penny. How are you? I don't know if that's a name, but his name.
Her.
Whatever. Her name. But. Oh, I don't know, Chris.
I am doing well. We got 9 in here already. 7 thumbs up.
Awesome, sweet. Re-gift. I'm getting rid of the S word before they do.
But yes, momentarily here, Sherry from Paranormal World Investigators will be here with us. She had to go run and do something real quick, and she will let me know when she's ready.
She's making a fun by your parents, Chris.
Okay. That's not a problem.
What? I'm nosing what? What? What's going on? Hey guys, anybody wants to come on our show, just email Chris. It's got it in the About Me section.
Yo, Coffin Crew!
Hey, Crip. What's up?
Okay, guys. Update. She is running a little behind, which is fine. It's cool. Not a problem.
Yeah,
we are here to keep you guys all hopefully functional with a little bit of madness.
Let the dog get going. Let the kids get home. We'd really have madness.
Right.
Hey, Crip, can you...
She says she's running about 20 minutes late, which is fine. We all can just sit here, talk amongst ourselves, mingle.
Check each other
out. If you guys like them, smash that big red button.
Hey, guys.
Destroy that bell. Leave a comment. Leave a thumbs up on their video.
Hey, guys.
If their stuff's not for you, at least leave a comment and a thumbs up. It will mean a lot to each and every single one of the creators that are in here.
Can I say what I want to say?
I don't know.
Or are you going to keep going? Because you're like the Energizer Bunny. You go on and on and on and on and on. You don't stop.
Really?
He's the camera hog.
Really?
People. Yep.
Really?
Yep.
Really?
I'm with there.
Don't make me pull your nostril hairs on time underneath through your teeth.
Guys, can you re-gift the video? I'm taking away share before they do. Because that's an S word.
Crip's already rolling around on the floor.
We try to keep it entertaining for you guys.
Guys,
But
you guys got a little bit of time to come up with some questions that you would actually like to ask her. You can go ahead and use that time right now to do so. While you listen to me and the wife babble back and forth at each other.
And the puppy's just in here like, that's why I got my.
And the puppy's chilling.
Crip's seen the puppy, right?
Yes, Crip's seen the puppy.
Everybody's so cute.
Just about everybody's seen the puppy.
She's a baby girl. She's a baby. Come here. Come here. She says, nope, I'm playing.
There, now they've seen the puppy.
I'm now.
The cutest member of the whole team.
She's just adorable. Except for when she licks your eyeballs. Okay.
Yeah. But that's my finger you're biting.
She's got a gene.
Mods, keep an eye out for trolls while Sherry is in here. Yes. We don't deal with trolls in here, as everybody knows. Hey, Susie, a.k.a. Vegas Ghost Girls.
Hey, Susie. Sounds like he's getting ready to say, are you ready to rumble?
Well, I guarantee with the mods being in here, and if any trolls pop in, they'll be ready to rumble.
Gonna make her one, too. She's been in here for a while. You know.
It's going good.
My puppy's still as cute as ever, Susie.
Really?
David Dad.
I may troll, well, maybe. I may troll, well, maybe not, but I look like one.
Who's that?
That was Small Town.
Oh my gosh. Really? Come on, Steve.
You can't see our cat. You can see our cat tomorrow. She will eat the dragons.
What, you got
and the snakes will eat the cat. Oh, nice.
That will be fun.
The cat will eat the dragons and the snake will eat the cats for eating the dragons. So who's going to win in that whole situation? The cat, the dragons, or the snake?
Can I have it? You're good on movie, girl. But I am so excited about this interview.
Yes.
Because
I am.
There's some things that she told Chris that I don't really know. So, yeah. I don't know.
Right. Nobody knows. If you want to... Okay. A couple days ago, I started walking... When I was walking home, I pulled her up on... I'm not going to say anything about it.
I know. I'm just here. Really?
Hey!
Remember, I off my ticklish spot. Get him. Get him, Saphira. Get him, Saphira. Get him.
Definitely the snakes. I ended up doing a live video chat in Facebook with her. And throughout that whole walk, just a couple seconds here and there at certain places, she picked up on a lot. It confirms the EVPs I've gotten in my videos, which she has never seen those videos yet. and everything else.
She's an awesome lady.
Hey, Little Red.
You guys need to go check her out. Hey, Little Red, how are you? I think she's been in here before.
Yes.
Welcome back. Little Red, we got a puppy.
They've seen it.
Okay, well, I just want to let her know so she'll hear the toys. That's the reason. Got a ghost. It's a little four-legged butthead. See?
So, guys, hopefully you guys got your questions ready. Hopefully, here in about 5 minutes, she will be ready.
The puppy's ready.
Puppy's always ready.
Puppy's energetic. Puppy's a little butthead. Yeah.
I am doing good.
We're out of the motel. We're going to get a car next week. Oh, my God.
I don't know if it's next week.
Well, hopefully it's next week.
I'm saying we're going to have at least have a car within a couple months.
Well, within the month. Oh, at least, hopefully. I'm so excited. My first video back is probably going to be going to Walmart.
Yes, she wants to do a video at Walmart.
Maybe the boys won't like push me and just let me go down the aisle like they did up north. Oh my God, it was so scary.
Well, it was the worst part about it is where Austin pushed you into the pole.
Don't even go there.
Okay, guys. I'm at the doctor's right now. Hello. Okay. Hopefully everything's going good for you. Okay. How old was he? About 4?
Yeah. And he wanted to help Mama.
Our oldest son was about 4 years old. He wanted to push his mom, so I let him.
Big mistake.
Yep. He couldn't even see over her, and he was pushing her by himself. Next thing I know, I hear a thud. You know the poles right there in front of the doors at Walmart? She was pushed into it.
But I go, oh, that hurt. And he goes, Mama, I was just trying to help. I'm like, I know, honey, that hurt.
It was funny. And then there's a time when we took Cody to the old car show because Austin was acting up.
You know what? Don't even go there. Please, Chris, don't even go there.
Because you don't want them to go trying to look for it on YouTube?
God. I fell out of a porta john, okay?
Bare ass.
Yeah, my pants were down around my ankles. Not good. I go, oh my God. And I rolled her real quick, pulled my pants up, and Cody goes, it's okay, Mama. I was the only one that saw your big white butt. Oh my God. I felt so embarrassed about that. And then Chris says, you know, they do have sky cams. I'm like, shut up. He's like, yep, it's going to be on YouTube.
Okay, Vegas. Yep. I messed with her on that. We got free tickets out of it. We got free tickets out of this dumb security guard that pushed her into the men's bathroom. Well, I was up getting a beer.
I whipped around so fast, I think I got whiplash. I was like, whoa, I'm a woman. Because when you're blind and you see a urinal, you know something ain't right.
They got her on Google Maps.
Gee, thanks. Who said that? Who said that?
Oh, small town.
Gee, thanks, Steve.
Don't use real names.
Huh?
Don't use real names.
I didn't know that was his real name.
Yeah.
Well, I just figured.
Small town.
Everybody else.
Small town.
Okay, fine. Small town.
Good girl.
Small town. It's kind of like that. Small town. I'm sorry, Steve. It's a small town. I call myself.
Yeah, y'all can call me Steve. There. He just said you can call him Steve.
Oh, thank you, Steve. See, I figured, everybody else uses fictitious names, except for me and you. So, I mean, I don't care. Y'all know I'm Missy. I'll be Missy till the end of time.
She's my pain in the butt.
I got this one was. What are you doing?
Everyone does. Ah! 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 Okay, Jonathan.
Ouch!
Ah, man.
Turd.
That little shithead just bit me.
Is that Jonathan from the...
Little rat.
Oh.
Oh.
So, well, where's my toy, Dad? Go get it.
Ooh. I'm about ready to shut the door on her.
She says, no, you're not.
You just bit me.
Hey, yeah, but
and it hurt.
Hey, yeah, but I didn't pee in the house.
I'm still checking to see if there's blood. No. Thank God.
Oh my God! It was a little puppy bite. Calm down.
Yeah, a little puppy bite that felt like that.
You made me hit her in the nose. Dork.
Good.
No. Go get it.
Say, Mama, you can't get it out of the room.
That's okay. So she just moved the chair.
No, she jumped on Cody's bed.
Oh. I thought Cody was supposed to put it down.
Mean up?
Or up, yeah. Well, that's his own dumbass fault.
Yeah, I'm keeping you guys entertained so you can watch the dog play fetch. Okay, hang on, guys. Our guest is ready, so I'm going to call her up. If I can ever get my pointer.
Ow, can I have my finger back? Ow. Ow. Just wait.
There we go. I invited her, so she should be taking it any minute now. Oh, whoops. In 10 minutes. Sorry, Sherry.
She ain't right in here. She's probably still nervous, Chris.
Got 10 more minutes, guys. She's not
nervous.
ready yet. She's probably scarfing some food. How old is she? She is 5 months old.
And let me tell you, this is an experience. I haven't had kids and...
Hey, Redman Paranormal!
Hey, Redman. How are you, honey? I haven't seen him in a while.
Right.
I haven't had kids for 14 years. I mean, babies. And I haven't stayed up all night in, like, forever. The first night...
This little shit here is making us stay up all night.
Not anymore, though. We've
Yeah.
got it pretty much...
The first night we were up until 8 o'clock in the morning. Our youngest one was being kind enough and staying home from school to let her out.
So it's been different. It's been different.
Can I have my thumb back? Give me my thumb.
You got jaws like a freaking Rottweiler.
We are doing good. We're waiting on our special guest,
Ow.
PWI, Paranormal
Now
World
she's got my
Investigation.
Now she's got my thumb. Punk.
She will be with us very soon.
I won't say momentarily because I bleed. Go again.
No.
You know, I buy her 2 toys. She likes to chew my fingers.
No.
Daddy's fingers.
I'll smack the nose.
You'll be good.
No.
No, you be good. I'm buying a muzzle. That's it. I'm buying a muzzle.
Yeah, we're gonna buy her a muzzle. She needs it. She hates it when I start itching her under her chin because she can't bite.
And she also hates it when you like put your hand on top of her head and don't let her bite you. She hates it because yes, with us you get it all. Except for the bestiality thing. You ain't getting that here. You have to go probably up.
Yeah, we got a big. When we got her, they brought her a big 5-knotted rope. And when she swings it, it hurts.
Well, they brought her a pig.
Show us some EVPs. I wish I had my voice recorders down here, but I don't. And I would actually play you some of those EVPs. I have gotten EVPs that says, kill me. Did they find the bodies?
Yeah, and then
Satan.
Then one day they were talking about the cameras, him and Billy were, and they go.
Which one?
Goes, Chris goes, "Where's the cameras?" And Billy goes, "In my pocket," and it says, "Which one do you want?"
I have actually had my walkie-talkie go off. Okay, Little Red. I had it go off with the power turned off in a female's hand at one place. Yeah. I have had a digital voice recorder stopped and started playing.
We caught my son's voice when he was at school.
We have actually got Little Caesars or Pizza come over EVP along with McDonald's and Burger King.
Yeah. Well, we took Little Caesars over there and had pizza.
We ended up getting 2 large hot and readies.
Yeah.
And we took them over to the place where we got that at. And during the whole video, you could hear this.
And then when we were leaving,
it wasn't us.
And when we were leaving, it said, "Thank you, God bless."
Send you the link in 5 minutes, okay, Sherry?
What, is she in here?
Yeah.
Oh. Hi, Sherry.
It actually sounded like they were eating. They said, "Thank you, God bless." They were real polite.
Well, that's a Christian town anyway.
That town's really big on churches and stuff. There was another EVP that we did on the walking trail not too far from there. A buddy of mine got I'm naked.
And we're thinking it was referring to the girl that was out there in that bikinis or whatever, sunbathing.
Out there at the lake portion of it, I felt like I was being choked and drowned. Also, in the same night, I have felt that I have seen 2 apparitions the same night. I've seen a hand and a head peeking over the Porta-John, which I don't classify that as a complete apparition, but it was seen.
Stop.
But yeah,
Stop.
Those were some crazy places. And the best part about it is, the reason why it's called Lime Lake, welcome back, is because where the lakes are, they were actually limestone quarries.
And limestone is very good.
Yep.
conductor for spirits.
Yes.
Along with the water.
Are you ready, sweetie?
I'm excited.
Welcome back, Penny.
Hi, Penny.
Pizza. She says send. Okay.
You're coming up, woman.
There's no turning back.
Don't make her any more nervous than she already is. She's gonna be fine. What else can you do now?
That's fire department.
And I think they're going that way. Up that way.
Might have been.
Not towards the school, so Austin didn't do anything.
Little Red. We don't ask those. I do ask for people to go check out each other to support them if they want.
And join them to your family.
And uh-oh.
Hello, darlings.
What?
Hang on, Sherry. My speaker died on me.
Okay.
Technical difficulty.
Yep. Give me a second. Let me plug it in. If I can figure out how to do it. There we go. Okay, it should be ready.
Hello.
Hello, yeah.
We got ya.
It works.
How are you? You all right?
Yeah, we're fine.
Fine.
Good.
For now. If the dog quit biting.
Ooh.
That's what puppies do.
I know.
I heard your interesting stuff that you're talking about. I've just come in, literally. I've just been up the shop, so I was rushing back. I was running. I nearly fell over trying to get through the door. Oh, God, quick.
Oh, be careful. Don't rush.
Okay, you're on.
Okay, guys.
As it is, it's nearly 7:30. Well, it's gone 7:30.
Yeah.
That's okay.
We got Sherry. We got Sherry from Paranormal World Investigators here.
Hi, guys. How are you all? I can't see the chat, so you'll have to say to me what they're saying.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah.
All right.
Dead Paranormal Memory says hi.
Hello.
We can't use the S word in YouTube. LOL. Learned that. Yeah. So we don't say share. We say, me and her decide to say re-gift.
I say support. Please go and support.
I guess that's a word they frowned on too.
I actually can't send this out because I'm on the Hangout thing. That's the only problem. I don't know if I was to come off you for 2 seconds. I don't think I'd lose you. Just give me 2 seconds. Hang on. I just need to get your room so I can share it.
Fine.
Okay,
Yeah,
now you're on your side.
I'm here still. Just give me 2 minutes, guys. I'm just sending a video. There's a lot of people that don't know how to get to here. So, right, Facebook.
There you go, Penny. Penny, for your thoughts, she says loved.
Aw. That's
Oh,
fine.
thank you.
Small Town says hey. I think
Hi, guys. Sorry, I think I'm sideways.
It's okay.
Joy.
You're not upside down. Hey, we're doing.
Oh, they just don't like it in the chat. Gotcha. And messages.
Well, we say family or familia.
Yeah.
Our merchandise
Okay,
is going to say familia.
Yeah, if you ever take a look at my Teespring merchandise on the front, I say haunted. My shirts and stuff says paraphernalia.
When our son first said it,
Okay.
When our son first said it, we thought he said paraphernalia.
And he said paraphernalia, which of course is paranormal family.
Mm-hmm. Okay, is Sherry ready?
Sherry
Yes, I'm
is
ready.
up and ready.
Okay, I want to know. I
Oh,
want to
we'll
know
get
about
to
your
that.
channel. No,
We'll
I
get
want
to
to know
that in
about
a
her
few.
channel.
Okay, Sherry,
I want her to tell us about it.
why don't you go ahead and explain what you do on your channel for the people in chat that don't know you?
Okay, well, first, I'm Sherry. I'm from Paranormal World Investigators / PWI Investigations, known as PWI. I am a leader of a very cool investigation team. You will see a lot of what I do is on my own, but I do have my team, which we would normally work more together in the summer, but I do things throughout the year by myself. My channel is obviously to bring to light the truth and the facts of the paranormal, and to show that it's real, and to show what I deal with every day. Having abilities, I see spirits, and I'm an empath as well, so I pick up on the energies and feelings, emotions, ways that they may have passed, pick up on things to do with buildings and places. So I decided I wanted to bring that into light, and my channel come to light because obviously I've always had abilities from a very young age, but I've always been around the paranormal and stuff. I've always been very interested in the paranormal. I've done a lot of research to do with the paranormal as well. So over the years, I worked towards that and the Lord, the divine, because I also studied in my witchcraft and stuff as well, guys. I've always been into the spiritual side as well as the paranormal. That's why I'm a pagan white witch. So I decided, instead of me keep hiding who I was going to bring it out to light. So I made my paranormal channel in the prospect of just being a paranormal investigator. But then I decided I was going to bring my abilities and things in. And I find that my channel's a lot different to other channels because I've got a lot of different things that go on it. And it's relevant to everyone that comes in the room, because not everybody that comes in my room are believers. And I've got ones that come in that are believers, but they like my layout, my talks, my chats, because obviously I do paranormal investigations. You've seen it with your own eyes, but I also do spiritual stuff and healings and stuff like that. I'll talk spiritual and paranormal and stuff. So that's how my channel come to light. And I didn't think that my channel would pick off the way it has, but it's done really well. And I've got some very, very amazing and dedicated and loyal people on my channel that help me to be who I am even more, which is really, really amazing. Obviously, we all know when we come onto YouTube and stuff, it's not always going to be easy. We're going to have people that test us and, that are going to question us. But, when you're real and you're an investigator and your passion is the paranormal and spiritual stuff, then you just keep going at that. And that is what I always learn people, to be yourselves, to judge no one through other people's mouths, judge for yourselves. And that is the same in the paranormal, respect and judge for yourselves.
Right.
Yeah.
Now you channel too, right? Because that's what you were doing.
Yes, I do. But that's one of my main. Obviously, I'm not fully open in communicating with spirits in that way, like seeing them, talking to them, and that. I get visions and premonitions and things like that. I'll see some of them in full apparition, where some of them I might just hear in that. But my channeling is very advanced, and I've done that since a very young age.
Right.
And it's one of my favorite things to do.
Yeah.
Right.
I was watching your videos where you did that too.
Yeah, we were in one of your live streams when you were doing that.
It's a very complicated thing and a very dangerous thing to do if you don't know what you're doing. So I wouldn't try doing it if you're not familiar with it. Obviously, like I said, I've done it from a young age. I still, even today, have people worrying about me, and I've had some peculiar experiences through channeling. I've had one where I was outright on the floor. There was no breathing or anything coming from my body. There was no movement, and literally, it was like a spirit or something had put a shock back into me, like when you're in the hospital and they do those heart things to make your heart start again. That's what it was like. And even though I know the paranormal is very real, there is still so many things in the paranormal field that I'm learning, that I'm becoming aware that they can actually do, that they don't just physically communicate with you, they can physically work with your body and do things with your body. That is a clear insight because of me channeling. So I come to find a lot of things through doing my paranormal and over the years, and doing my obviously my witch work as well, because that can link in with the paranormal. It does very much so with me. So, you know, I've learned a lot of things, and that's why I'm here. My main thing here, like being on YouTube, is to embrace other people, to help other people to grow, to help other people to understand, and to see the other side of our world, which is the world that we're all connected to, we're all part of, and we're all going to go to one day, and I've been to many times.
Right.
That's how it is.
It's cool.
And from when I'm doing it, I feel a whole different side of a lot of things too. And not everybody's going to have the same experience, guys. I have felt being choked, drowned, stabbed, hit. It's not all nice that we go through. What I mostly go through is what people have went through their time of death.
Yeah, because I know, like, lots of times I'll be talking about my dad, and all of a sudden his head will start hurting.
I do that. I do go to their times of death. There's been quite a few like really interesting things that I've done. You know, I've been on other people's channels, and I've been able to say about places and things that I've seen. And
Yeah.
it's been relevant to what I've said. I've been able to communicate with people's loved ones. Some of the guys in here will say that as well, because I've done it for them. You know, also I've had cases where people have come to me, like obviously my first ever case that I went to was to do with a house, but I'll speak about that a bit later. But it was to go to a house, and the person that I done the house of is a very good friend of mine and a very big part of my PWI family.
Yeah.
Now, she had a relative that had an ex-partner who sadly passed away and has left kids behind. But the death of him wasn't the way that they thought it was. And when talking to my friend's cousin and the person's children, I was picking up on what happened to him. And I'd picked up that he'd been, in fact, murdered, not actually died naturally. And I see an incident where he's going to the door, and there was two guys with masks on, and I see these guys barging through the door. He's running to go for his tool that he would use to protect himself, and they've got him from behind, and they've left him there to die. But there was like needles and stuff on the floor. They made it look like that he'd done suicide, but he hadn't done that at all, or overdosed, and they'd done it to him themselves. And I picked up on this stuff, and I said, right, well, you can only go by what I'm telling you, and go to the police or whatever about this. And obviously the coroners and the people were involved. And what I was picking up and what I was saying I was seeing was actually said by the coroner that would be, in fact, the right thing, because it didn't, what was wrong with him did not add up to him having a natural death.
Oh.
And what had happened. So at the minute, that's going through a court case. At the minute.
Oh.
You know what I mean? But over here in England, we ain't got it like over in America and that, where you've got people like mediums and that work with police officers. Over here, it's not as open for that. So I'm not in the case, but I've gave the information. They're aware of it. But if that was like in America, it would be completely different. Like, I do pick up on a lot of things, and I do a lot of things, you know. And being an empath, like you said, you do pick up on how they die. You pick up on their emotions. You pick up on how they're feeling, you know, and you will 9 times out of 10 feel the way that they passed away as well. You know, the paranormal is a very amazing field to be in, but it's also a very serious and a very scary field to be in.
Right.
Believe me, as people with abilities, you know, we struggle day to day with things that we see and things that we experience, and you know, it's not always nice. You know, we get these nice times where I channel, and you get these beautiful little children spirits coming through, and these lovely people coming through, and people that are grumpy. But you've got the other side to that as well. You've got the side where the torture, the pain, the murder, and all that is there and prominent in your mind, and you're feeling these things. And you know, you can't help but feel for them. You can't help but feel for them, because some of them have been through some really screwed up stuff. Really, really screwed up stuff.
Yeah. And by watching a TV show, and that's all it was, is the TV show. It just makes you wonder on how much that stuff is actually real and people do go through it. My own opinion, it's real.
It is. It is. I experience everyday life, every day with spirits and stuff. I know it's very real, you know. And like, I don't get me wrong, I like some of the paranormal programs, but I don't follow what the paranormal programs do because I don't feel that they're all 100% real in what they do. You know, I take bits from it, and there's bits that I believe, there's bits I don't believe. You know, and that's just me. It's just because of who I am. You know, but when you're going to be an investigator and you're going to be this sort of person, it isn't that you listen to other people and you take other people's advice. You go on who you are and what you learn, what you feel, what you do. Everybody is individually different. Everybody works differently. That is what we are. But we're all equal, and that's what real investigators would look at each other as being equal. We don't see ourselves as being greater than the others. We just all want to do the same thing. We all love the same thing, and that's what it should be about.
Now, have you ever crossed anybody over?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've crossed quite a few people over.
Now, what exactly does that entail? Does it just say like going to light, that kind of thing, or?
No, but people, like I said, people do it all differently. There is no right or wrong way. Like obviously, you do your prayers and you give them the chance to be able to say how they feel. You give them that reassurance that it's safe where they're going to go, because some of them don't want to go because they're scared of the light. They're scared of going into it. So you need to be. You're kind of like a counsellor as well. You're like, it's okay. You don't need to be in the life that you're in now. You can move on and be happy and be with your family, the people that you miss.
Right.
And I always do prayers, and I always light a candle, because if you light a candle, it's easier for a spirit to see the light. And then you will do your bits, like you'll ask them to go to the light. When you start feeling the light and you start seeing your loved ones standing there and people calling you, go towards the voice and the light. Do not look back. Keep walking forward. You're safe. Because when they're going through that light, they can still hear the person that's sending them over. They can still hear the voice. So they will continue to do that. As long as you're there and you show them that they're safe and that, 9 times out of 10 they will go. But you do have the spirits that are like, no, I don't want to go. I'm not going into the light. You know, there's other reasons to why they don't want to go. But I've sent quite a few spirits over, children, adults. I'd say that online and offline, in the years that I've done my paranormal since I was 18, I have probably crossed over maybe 60, maybe 70 different spirits, because a lot of them don't want to go. There's a lot of them that don't. I find that I am very relevant to children's spirits. Children's spirits come to me a lot, because a lot of the children that I deal with have been through abuse and stuff like that. So I know how that feels, because I've been there in my past, like in this life. So I can relate to them. And I find that a lot of the children's spirits that come into contact with me do not want to go over. And they want to stay with me. And for some reason, they look at me as a mum figure. That is what they do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I am always working to try and send them over, because it is the best place for them is to be with the Lord and the divine. It is better to be in that safe place, because there's risks and dangers for them being here. There is risks and dangers. There's evil spirits, demonic. You know, you hear of it where good spirits are being held by their killers or demonic spirits. And, you know, like I said so many times, you know, these negative energies that we get don't just go after the living, they go after the innocent souls that have passed over as well. That's what they do. Right. So, you know.
Yeah.
Any questions? I want to ask questions, but I don't know. My questions are going to be the same as theirs.
Well, okay. I guess we can say people waited long enough. I know this one over here has been antsy ever since I told her what she did.
You won't tell me anything.
Okay, guys. Here's the thing. The other night when I walked home, like I told you before she popped in, I took her around to a couple of the places that I've investigated at. And I kept quiet, walked past them, and then asked her what she felt or seen or heard or anything like that. One place I get it where I have it sounds like people are walking up behind me. Hey, B-Town, welcome to the stream.
Hey guys.
Another one, it seems like, or the same place, it seems like I hear something running up against a chain link fence or hitting a screen that's over a window. And yes, this place is an old jail. It's the old sheriff's department for the town. And then the one that one of my mods like to call the murder warehouse, I took her up there as well.
Let her take over.
So with that being said, I will let her go ahead and tell you what she seen, heard, like smell.
I have wrote it down.
The whole
I
thing.
always write down what I got because you always remember only bits. So I wrote it all down when it was clear in my head. So there was quite a few places that we walked past and I picked up quite a few things on, guys. So the first place that we walked past, I picked up on a place that I thought was a brothel. I could hear music and laughter. I could see women flirting with men, but I had also picked up that in that place is where the women would have lived, and the rooms that they would have rented and stayed in was where they would have done stuff with customers and things. In that building, I felt that there was a lot of betrayal. I did feel that there was a few suicides, and I did feel that there was a few murders as well from that building. I didn't feel that it was a very positive place to be at a lot of the time, apart from when it was the music and the punters getting with the ladies and things like that. And, you know, I also felt that some of the deaths were drug-based. They were drug-based as well as murder. I do feel that some of them had passed away through drug taking, because obviously a lot of what you would call prostitution, excuse my language, guys, that's what it is, sadly. But, you know, a lot of the people that do that do end up turning to drugs. And I did feel that this was a very big thing. I wouldn't say that went many years back. I'd say that was more, I'd say around the 50s or 60s. I was seeing ladies in little dresses that come out to the side and they'd puff out, a bit like what Marilyn Monroe would have worn, sort of thing, that sort of look, but a little bit more revealing and stuff. And I could see them like flirting with the men, and you know, some of the men you could see were quite abrupt with them, the way they would push them around and stuff, which is why I got the feelings of murder, I got the feelings of drug taking and stuff. We walked past a area that has already been mentioned, that was the sheriff deputy. But obviously when I went there, I was also picking up on other places, as well as knowing that there'd been some sort of police officer sort of thing there. I'd picked up that military based. I was seeing men in uniforms, so like soldiers and stuff, and I could hear this battle, this argument sort of thing going on, men shouting between each other. You could hear children and women, which I thought might have been the civilians that might have got caught up in this. I was hearing high-pitched sort of a war sort of siren. I was hearing. It was like, it's kind of like a woo, like that really weird noise. And you'll just got this big commotion where these soldiers and people are running around and they're trying to help other people, and they're saying, run, 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 get out, and that's all I could hear. And then I'm seeing kids and stuff on the floor, which would indicate to me that they maybe got caught in the crossfire of this. I picked up that it was a village. There must have been some sort of village there. at some point, because I've seen a lot of different things, hospital, church. I've seen a lot of things. I also picked up on this store. I said, we walked past this place, and I said, is that a place where people used to sell things and hold things? And he said, well, it used to be like a store sort of place. And I was like, right. I said, it's just I'm seeing a man. He would work in the store. He was quite known to the civilians, the people that lived there and everything. But he would do his usual day work and stuff. But there would be children that would go into his shop, and he would take these children down into the basement. This guy was a sexual predator of children. He was a serial killer of children. He would take the children into the basement, do what he did to them, and there was another holding place just over the road from his shop where he would hold the bodies, and he would continue to do his work through the day, and then he would go and get the bodies in the night when it's dark and blind bury them in the woods is where he was burying them. So he didn't specifically know where the burials of the children and people were done, but they were buried in the wood area. This is what I was seeing, and I'd said to them, the guys on the phone, I'm seeing woods and I'm seeing grass and stuff, and they go, yeah, there's woods and grass behind this building. I said, that's where he was going. That's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing him taking these children's bodies over to this woods. I also said about a church. I said that I was picking up on the church, but I was feeling that it may have still been in use, but I wasn't sure. But I was saying that I felt that it was connected to black magic. I felt that black magic and ritual was done in this building. That some of the men and women that worked within this building were not nice to the citizens and the people that were part of the church. And I did feel that there was assault and attacks done on certain civilians. And I picked up that this church still to this day has people that practice in dark magic that still goes up there and does these sort of things. I'd asked him if there'd been anyone that had said about strange burning holes and places like things like that they'd started noticing around the church. So I was just picking up they were doing sacrificial rituals and stuff near the church and that. I said about the store holding place. Right. The one thing that I picked up very, very strongly on was a accident to do with a steam train. I could see a steam train and it blew up. Yeah, I could see that this steam train was blowing up. I'd seen that 30 to 50 people might have died on the train, and there was over 80 victims to this guy that was in the shop that were children. I was picking up that there was about 130 unusual deaths, 50 of them being linked to the train. I do feel that civilians on the outside would have been affected and maybe killed by the train accident as well from the debris flying. I'm not sure how the explosion happened. I don't know if there was some sort of bomb or something on the train that caused the explosion, or if there was something wrong with the train itself. But the people on the train died. There was no survivors of the train. Nobody survived on the train accident, from what I'm picking up. And this was finalised by these guys. They said there was some sort of train accident. I'm sure they'll go into detail with you a little bit more than what I can. Obviously, I'd said to you about the military that I'd been feeling, and like hearing the shouting and the running. I'd also picked up on racial work around that area as well. There were people that were against mixed race people. I picked up on KKK, that there was a group known as the KKK that were in white cloaks with the masks and stuff, and that they were killing these innocent mixed race people. And in the line of saying that, Chris comes out and goes, well, it's funny you say that, because there was a young boy that was hung from the top of a building, and he was mixed race, and it was because of his skin colour, and they had racial problems. And he's also told me recently that he'd had an EVP where he was called the N word. I won't say it because it's not very respectful, but he was called that.
You know,
Obviously, I said to you about you had those sort of things, but then I picked up on the hospital. The hospital, I picked up on that was somewhere where ill people were, but then I was getting more from the fact that there was a mental hospital there as well, and there was mentally ill people there, and they would have the toxic the shockwave therapy and stuff, and other experiments done on them, which would cause them to die. I did feel that suicide and murder was involved in this hospital as well. There was a lot of abuse and attacks to young and to adult people in this hospital. I was picking up that because of these situations that they'd faced and been through, that they were trapped and they can't get out. There are also children that are trapped and need help to be crossed over as well.
okay.
I did give some sort of information to Chris on things that he could possibly do to make the children feel a little bit more at ease with him, like taking up, you know, presents, toys, things like that for them to have, because it's a way to get to them, you know.
Okay, Sherry, I want to stop right there. This is crazy. The pedophile that killed those kids, okay, was in the basement, right? There's a hole.
She's seen it.
Leading to the basement, okay?
Yeah, no, I'd already said this. I was going to get onto this. There was a hole there, and I'd seen that there was a negative energy there, and I said at the time that I felt that was the guy that was doing this to the children.
Right.
He's holding these children there.
Well, when Chris and Austin were doing the video,
I told her about that too.
Oh, you told
about
her?
The black mask popping
and
its head out.
It said, "Come here."
Yep.
And I'm like, "Oh
and
my
that
God."
was around the area where I was hearing growling and roaring, and somebody saying, "Get out, get out." I could hear it because I told him to move and get out the way, like to keep walking, because I got a bit worried because the energy was getting quite strong.
Wow. Okay.
It's
kind of creeping me
I'd
out.
also picked up on witch-based stuff. I did feel that there was murder of witches. They would have been put onto chairs and tied, and they would have been drowned or held down and drowned. I also felt hanging and burning of them as well. I did feel a very, very strong connection to witches and their deaths because of what they were around those areas as well. And very much so. And they weren't accepted, and they weren't looked at them as being something of the earth. So therefore they were killed and stuff. But that's what I was picking up on with the witches and stuff. And I felt a lot of stress and upset from them. Because obviously me being a witch myself, they were trying to connect with me more. I could feel it while I was there. And they're very upset and to see. But at the same time, I'm happy that their way of life that we live now is more accepted now than what it was back then. So that, you know, they're kind of in both in two ways, you know.
Right.
There is a lot of residual energies around your area. There is a lot of energies that replay their deaths, their life. That some of them are not aware that they're actually dead. Some of them actually think they're still alive and they need help. I can tell you that.
Yeah, and that's funny too because
Our trap.
They were asking Austin. They were asking help.
This is what I was going to say. I picked up on a demon-like figure in a hall, and this, I believe, is the serial killer. He looks as if he's demonic, and that he's that way, but he's not demonic. He's just an evil person in the spirit world that done this to the children, and he's just trying to give a fear factor to people so that he makes himself look like he's demonic, and he's not demonic at all. He's just evil.
Wow.
I also picked up on the building when we was walking past, and I said I could smell burning. Was there a fire? I could smell burning. Was there a building that had a fire in it? And Chris had said that he'd been to a place at some point, and he said it does look like there'd been some sort of fire upstairs. I think it was to do with the post office or something. There was some sort of fire that had been upstairs or something.
That was the place where I showed you the Monroe shocks and
yeah, that's it. Yeah. Well, I'd picked up that there had been some sort of fire there, and I said to him I wasn't sure if it was through something hitting and exploding on the building, or if something went from inside the building, but there was a fire. I do believe there was 4 people in the building. I can't say that all of them died in the building, but I know that one is connected to the death of that fire in that building. But there are 3 other energies, but these could be people that used to work there and maybe died another way, but they stay in that place because it's where their best memories are. But there was four souls I was seeing in this building. I was seeing a fire, which would probably represent the fact of the witches being burnt as well, and the war that I was seeing going on as well, which would have had fire, because I did mention that as well.
Oh, that's crazy.
And yeah, like Chris had said, he said that he thought it. When he see the building, he says it does look like that part of the building had a fire, quite a bad fire. These are the things that I picked up when Chris had phoned me privately on Messenger when going round with him. Like I said, I have picked up on a lot of residual energies that need help to cross over. There's some of them that are confused and scared, don't quite understand what's happened to them, need that reassurance. You've got some of them that don't even realise that they've actually passed over. They still think they're living. So they definitely need help.
And it's funny you said that, because our one moderator said that Austin needed to help them because that's what they wanted. They wanted Austin help. I guess maybe because he was a kid.
Possibly.
You know?
When you go in there, like, it can be difficult to send them over if they don't want to go. But if you sit there and just talk to them and say, look, you don't need to be scared anymore. You don't need to stay in this life and keep suffering this way. You can go to where you can be happy, where there is no more suffering. We can help you. Just make sure you've got candles and stuff on you. Light a candle. Go, if you go to this candle and focus on this candle and this light, we can take you to the Lord and the divine. That's all you got to do. You just got to talk them through going over, because a lot of them would be like, whoa, what's that long tunnel sort of thing. They get freaked out by it when it's not a bad thing.
Right.
It's not a bad thing at all.
Okay.
Just so many of them have been there for so long, they don't know any other way, do they? They only know how to live here. So it's a bit scary thinking they've got to move on. A lot of spiritual energies do not like change. They don't like change. They don't like change. That's why you get a lot of hauntings when you go into old buildings and you do old buildings up. That's why you'll get a lot of hauntings, because you're changing how they remember that place being.
Yep.
And they don't like that. They like to be in what they remember. That is what they like.
Right.
Sherry, East Devon Paranormal said when you were talking about the fire, about people dying in the fire or being injured, the 4, they said they felt one was blinded for life.
Yeah. When I was picking up on them, I was feeling a lot of. I know that one of them definitely died. There was a lot of burning injuries to him, and I do feel that maybe that might be the person that might be blind. Like, it got seriously. It was a male. It got seriously burned. So it wouldn't surprise me if he can't see in the spiritual realm. Because he was in a very bad fire. The other 3, like I was saying, I could pick up that they were there, but I can't relate them to being part of a fire. They might have been able to get out and have died later on in life, but one person definitely lost their life in the fire. Definitely.
Lady just woke up, so she missed everything that she wanted to hear.
So I have to go back.
Yep.
Oh, you have to go back, sweetheart. But yeah,
and lady, that's
why it's amazing to have abilities, because when you can pick up on these sort of things, then you can help them, can't you? You can kind of understand them a little bit more.
And by everything she just said on the investigations that I've actually done at the two of the places that you've seen me at, shows that there is a lot of credibility towards the EVPs I've gotten there. And like I said, she hasn't even seen those videos yet. So that
I always like and comment when I see videos. I've not liked and commented any of the videos you've done. I weren't even aware that you'd done the videos until you said to me, I think it was yesterday or the day before, and I'd already done the the opening thing by then. So I'd already said what I was feeling and seeing and hearing, and
Yeah.
you know. And then when he was like, "Oh well, I've done this and I've done this and I got this and I got that," I was like, because it was very relevant to what I was saying as well. And like even some of it when I was talking, he was like, and then like looking at his son, like, "Oh my god!" And his son was like, "You kidding me?" Like, no, they're like amazed. You know what I mean? It's because I am real. You know, I do care about the spirits and what they need. So
now I understand what you want that basketball for.
Yeah.
Now I get it. I'm thinking, why in the heck does he want to take that?
East Devon Paranormal also says he feels there was children hurt in that fire.
I don't know. I know that there was a lot of children injured and that had died, so it is possibility. But obviously, I only picked up what I could feel at that time, which I could only see those 4 energies there. But as you all know, spirits do walk around and move around, so you're not always going to get their connection to that building, are you? Like I could go with them again next week and get more people in that building. You know what I mean? It's just that at that time there was 4 people, so it's very possible because there is a lot of energy of children around there. There was a lot of children around that area, a lot.
And at that night, we were only like a walk in front or behind it. So there really wasn't much time to really pick up on much of anything.
No. And there were times where he was walking and I said, stop, because I was like getting a really strong energy and feeling from that place. And I'd say it and he'd be like, oh, it's funny you'd say that. And then he'd go into like what he had been feeling after I'd explained mine. And then he's like, you're definitely real. Like, how could you know these things, you know? Like,
okay. Wonder Plus put this in chat a couple of times. He wants me to ask you about the cat that showed up on your path that one night.
Are you on about the cat that was when I was doing an investigation outside?
Just heard like a chattering.
I heard something.
Yeah, that'd be my end. That'd be the spirits.
Oh, hello, spirits.
Because they like to let you know that they're there. So
I was just saying hi and let them know that we know.
He said yes.
Yeah, no. When I was on an investigation and stuff, I was down at this field area where there had been war. There's quite a lot of war stuff around my area. It's quite an old place, and there was soldiers and stuff. And we'd gone to this little walkway where we'd seen a figure of a man standing up the other end. We'd seen him walk across the actual pathway bit, and it was really strange because excuse me, we was doing this investigation, and I started getting this really, really strange noise going on. And I was like, what the hell's that? And I was looking and I couldn't see anything. And the next minute I was like, guys, can you hear that? And we was walking really slowly and we could see a cat sitting on the pathway behind the bush. I said, oh, and like we were sitting there, we was looking at her and everything like that. And then we walked away. And I carried on doing my investigation and we turned around and she's sitting full blown in the middle of the pathway that we're standing on. And she's looking at me, yeah. For some reason, that night, there was a negative energy around me and she did not leave my side the whole time. She kept coming to me. She didn't know me from Adam. I think she was like a stray sort of cat. Not stray, but, you know, one of the outdoor cats, what they keep outside to get the mice and that. And she looked like she was pregnant as well. And I remember saying to her, and she's been fussing me, and then I kept saying to her, can you take, I think I said to her, can you take me to where your boyfriend is? Because obviously she's pregnant. And she was walking, and this black cat come round to her. Yeah. And I was talking to the animal. I was talking to her. I could hear what she was saying, and I was following her. And I said, could you take me to your boyfriend? And then the boyfriend cat comes out, sort of thing, yeah? And we're standing there, and we're like, oh, my God, and everything. And then she's followed me back to the pathway. We're standing there, we're talking to her, we're fussing her and everything. We're doing the investigation at the same time. And she walked back down to the other side So we followed her. Then we walked back. We left her sitting there. When we turned round and we looked, she weren't there. Yeah. So I've
Wow.
looked in the bushes. There's no way she could have disappeared that quickly unless she really run. And then we looked over to the gate bit to see if there would be anywhere where the gate was, where she may have been able to get under, but there wasn't anywhere.
Oh.
Yeah. But this cat was there. Like, and I've not seen her since. I've not seen her again. But, like, I'm not being funny. It was that clear. You could tell she was a real cat. I'm not being funny. I'm not saying she's a ghost, but we all see it. But it was just really random the way that she... It's like she knew something wasn't right in that area at that time, and she came out and she stayed with us. It was really weird. Beautiful cat. Beautiful. Grey colour. I know who you're on about, sweetheart. Absolutely stunning. But I've not seen her since. I haven't seen her since.
Okay. I'm getting a bunch of comments already. East Devon wanted me to tell you about the thing I told you about that night about the courthouse.
Yeah.
And the dark shadows that he's seen, because I had it on one of my live streams. Dead Paranormal Memory says I can't stop the images of the hospital and the treatment used for mental illness. It's hurting a lot.
Yeah, when I was with Chris and I went past that area, and I could feel the repercussions of what had happened to him. I could feel the toxic, like the shocks going in my head and in my body. I could feel like I wanted to spasm and shake. It was horrible, and I could see the spirits frothing from the mouth and stuff. They weren't in a very good way. I did say this to you. They were like zombified sort of thing. They weren't with it. They'd been really bad. Like, in my opinion, their brain was fried. They weren't not responding properly at all.
Alan says he keeps seeing the fire and the man burning. Okay, Shadow Demons. He'll be back in a bit, about to go to the store back soon.
Right.
Okay, see you soon.
That's what...
Yeah, you
Alan's
will feel that, because we're talking about it. And if you've got abilities and you've got things that you can do, then you will pick up on these energies if it's something that is relevant and actually there. You know, you can normally tell when someone's just saying a load of stuff for the fun of it and when you're not, because you will pick up on what they're telling you. That is what it is. You'll feel the energies and stuff. So...
Do you hear these like all the time? Like, do you hear voices all the time? Do you feel
yeah.
you heard?
Yeah, not so much I see them all the time, but I do feel them around me all the time, and I do hear them a lot of the time. I will get woke up to them calling me Sherry. I've been woke up to them shaking me as well, like trying to wake me up and stuff.
Wow.
I do. Like, I could be standing and doing something in my kitchen, and you'll just hear my name get called, or somebody just start talking to me. People have witnessed this on my video, like when I've been in my bedroom with my bedroom door shut and I've been on my computer typing. No way I can be doing it. And you know, they've been in here and they've heard voices coming over the actual camera. They can hear it physically on the actual video, not on an EVP or anything. But even the EVPs are amazing that I do. Some of them.
East says he feels something being rammed into his head. ... question mark. Lobotomy? Question mark. Lady C would like you to do a recap on the what she calls the murder warehouse, which is that general store by the train tracks.
Right. Yeah.
Where the pedophile was.
What, she wants me to redo that again?
Yeah.
Just recap it real quick for her.
Because I think that's really interesting.
The store one. There is the main store that the guy was in, and there is a store that's over the road from them, which would have been where he would have holded any stuff for his shop, and it's also where he would have put the children's bodies after he'd murdered them. But what I'd been picking up on is when we went past this area, that the shop, I said, was that a place where they used to sell things, and that's what I said to him, or hold things, and he said, it's funny you say that, it used to be a store. And I was like, okay, that's what I'm getting. I said, there's a guy that used to run that store, and he's not very nice. And he goes, what do you mean? I said, well, he would seem nice to the people there, but when children came in, because there used to be sweets and stuff they could get as well, he would entice them with sweets and take them down to this basement. And he would sexually abuse them and assault them. Some of the children he let go, but most of them he killed. Most of them he did kill. And it was through, I'd felt like he would go from behind them. I felt that he'd got them to kneel down on the floor, and he'd come from behind. He'd either strangle them with some sort of rope or something, or he had some sharp object that he used to stab them in the back. And he said he felt that when he was there, he kept feeling stabbing in his neck and round his back area. And I was like, right, okay. So most of the spirits, children that he got, he killed. Now, I picked up that there was more than just 30 or 40 victims of children. There were more, but not all of them were known in that town, because this guy used to go out and travel out of town to go and pick up stuff for his shop. While being out and picking up stuff for his shop, he would pick up children from other cities, and he would take those children back to this place and he would kill them. So there would be no recall from where these children were. They would have been classed as missing because they were never found. And I'd said that what he would do is kill them, move the bodies over to this other place, carry on doing his work, and then at night he would take their bodies and he would blind bury them, meaning he wouldn't be able to see where he's burying them because it was dark, but he would bury the bodies in a woods, which was behind the building. And when I said I can see woods and grass, and I'm seeing that they were buried in these areas, that's when Chris and his son said, there's woods and stuff to the back. So, yeah. He was a serial killer. He killed children. He had a thing about killing children, but he didn't kill all of them. Some of them he let go, but most of them he didn't. And I felt that there was about 80 victims, maybe more, to him. And it weren't just children in the town, it was children out of town. He'd go out of town, pick up his bits and bring them back. I don't feel that that was in an old time. I'd say that that was probably around the 40s, 50s, when the cars and stuff started coming out. The old fashioned cars and stuff. It was really screwed up. It wasn't a nice feeling seeing that. I could feel and hear the children screaming and what they were having done to them. I felt some of them had internal bleeding through what was done to them. Some of them were very young. Some, like the youngest I was picking up on, was 2 years old that he'd done.
And what else did you pick up from the train tracks? Which was the tracks that was right there by the shop.
When I was on the train part, like, I didn't say it at the time, but I said to Chris today, like, obviously I'd picked up that the train was travelling, that had people on it, and I'd picked up that there was either some sort of explosion thing from on the train or from the engine part, and the train went over, and I could see debris flying and I could see people flying. I know that there was no survivors to the train accident at all. There was no survivors, but I do feel it was early hours of the morning when it was still dark, when the train was travelling. I don't know why. I want to say that it was a train that was for people that shouldn't be here. I feel it might have been some sort of cargo train where they would take people, like, from one place to another, travelling over late at night, like early in the morning.
Because she's said in my live stream, she's felt like there was something evil that she picked up on right there from the train tracks.
To be quite honest, I didn't really get to look at the train tracks very well. We didn't go near the train tracks. I was only picking up what I could see at that time, which is I could see the train and I see the train blow up and people flying. But I could see that it was quite dark. And that's why, like, to me, I didn't feel that it was like a normal passenger train. It wasn't a normal passenger train. It's like they were taking people from one place to another, and this thing happened, this accident, this whatever it was happened to them.
Okay. Well, but our question's done. Now,
I will say I do feel a lot of negative energy around there. So you are probably right. Like there, there is probably a negative energy connected to the tracks. But until he takes me up there again and I can pick up more, I can't really say on that. But I definitely did feel negative energies around some of the areas we were walking. Definitely.
and also, lady, when we were up there, we were only there for what, about 5-6 minutes or so?
It was like 5 or 6 minutes per building, if that. It was kind of just like a walk past, and would stop every now and again if I told him to stop because I was feeling something, and then we'd carried on walking. We didn't stay there for a long amount of time to get more. I was just picking up on that moment.
E says, Lady C, I hear the word sabotage, and a man with a Southern American accent is telling me that.
Sabotage. I could understand that. There was a lot of stuff that was sabotaged there. There was a lot. I think there's a lot of things that were portrayed out to be different to actually how it was. I do believe that in a very big way. Like a lot of the stories and the things that you might be able to get on these buildings and stuff, I don't feel that all of the information is actually there. And you will find that a lot of cases and stuff that have come forward, a lot of information is lost and not put out there.
Right.
Which is why, like with the children, I was going, no, there weren't just 30 to 40 children. I said there was more, but they weren't registered. They were classed as missing. They went missing from other places.
Okay. You asked me to look up rich people or rich important
I
people
picked
from
up
this
that
area.
there was some sort of situation where there was somebody that was quite well known and like rich, that had something to do with the community, and I just felt that there was some sort of murder, like a shooting or something that was done to a person that was coming through your place or near your place anyway.
Well, I did find somebody that was well known in the community, rich, but the thing is, I didn't go back that far. I just did a quick search before the stream, and he passed away in the next town, but he was born here in this area.
Yeah, well, this is what I was saying to you. It wasn't necessarily that it happened in this town. It could be on another town because I can pick up from wherever, you know what I mean? All I could see was, I could see a male. I could see a male either being shot or something, and it like he was quite big and known to the community, and he had money, and like he was murdered. That's what I got.
But I did find out that they do have a memorial at the cemetery for him as well.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
What
actually
happened to him? I don't know. I think it was pulling up that he died from natural causes, which we all know how places like that can go ahead and give their own story on what happened when it comes to the newspaper.
That's what I'm saying. There is a lot of cover-ups. In the olden days, there was a lot of cover-ups. I don't feel that he was new. I do feel it was quite far back. Not like, I wouldn't say Victorian or that sort of time, but I'd say like the 20s, 30s.
20s.
Maybe.
I'm going to have to go dig back deeper then. Because this guy just recently passed.
Yeah, no, this was a guy from like the 2030s. This was quite like, way back. But I didn't pick up on the new guy, but I was picking up on somebody that with money that was killed.
You just had shot, right?
Yeah.
Shot.
Or murdered. Yeah.
Shot or murdered. It was something that to do with him being killed. He definitely didn't die naturally.
Right. E says the train explosion, sabotage, links, insurance fraud, ?
No, I don't know, because like I'm saying, I just feel like the people wasn't supposed to be here. So I don't know if they were illegal or you know, they were smuggled from somewhere. So it could be something to do with insurance, more money, workers. It could have been workers that they shouldn't have been getting. So it could be, but whatever, it just didn't feel right. It didn't feel like they were people linked to that town. It felt like they were coming away from somewhere and coming to a new place, a place they're not familiar with. So it could very well be. And obviously, like, if you're taken into business, then it's all the insurance and stuff, isn't it? So these people would have been important to them.
Got it. But yeah. East also brings up Underground Railroad.
That's what I thought of. She said
as well.
No, this is what I'm saying. I won't say that I feel something that I don't feel. You know what I mean? I've not been around that place for long enough to be able to pick up on
right.
Like, until I go again and I get more time there, I won't say, yeah, I felt that, because I didn't. I only see the train accident.
Right.
You know, I didn't really get enough time to be able to have a full open session where I communicate. It was kind of a split second thing, like every now and again, you know what I mean?
Watch out for her toys. But yeah, guys, you got to realize she only had a few minutes at each one of these buildings.
It's not like I'd gone there and I was stood there for 30 minutes, which I'd have got loads of them. I was there for literally not even 5 minutes. It was a couple of minutes per building, unless it was something interesting being picked up.
She got a lot of information in the short time that she was there on the phone. That I will tell you. That's more information that I've gotten on any of my investigations at these places. And
from doing that, I've had people come in, like, message me recently now that have said, oh, will you come out on, like, we're in the UK, will you come out on an investigation with us and that? Because they want me to do my stuff that I do with you, with them. They want me to see if I can pick up on stuff. So I've got a few people that have come to me since you've mentioned about this, and they've gone, oh, can we join up? Can you come with us and do this and do that? And I'm like, yeah, of course, because that's what I am about, helping other people to grow as well. You know, if I can help other people to get answers and stuff, I'll do it. I'm not saying I can do it every time I go into contact. I can't do it all the time, but 9 times out of 10, I'll get something.
Well, here's Lady C's comment about the whole train, which it could be. Like I said, not enough time to really tell. She keeps feeling like it was a bunch of lower class citizens.
Yeah, no, they weren't rich. They weren't rich. They were quite poorly dressed. I think they were slave sort of people that work for, like, the higher people.
Yeah,
they just don't feel like they should have been there. They were paid for and being brought over, and I just feel the train blew up.
Right, people was gotten rid of, like an example, hobos riding the train.
People in another country or another place, yeah, and people pay for workers. They pay to have certain workers, and they got certain ways. I'm feeling that you know, some of these people might have been, you know, girls and that come in to do prostitution or doing things to bring up a business, or it had been people working in mines and things like that. Just people that they weren't so bothered about losing their lives because it had nothing to do with them. So they paid for them. And I just feel that I feel it was a freak accident. I just feel that something was done either to the train or there was something on the train that set the explosion off.
Yeah, like she said, it was a possible scenario, maybe.
Yeah.
East also says, funny enough, I also pick up on the fire started in the building just a couple feet up the road from us. Possibly insurance fraud to get insurance money as well.
That's why that's what I didn't say that I thought it was insurance, but I said it was either something hit the building or I could more feel that something went from inside the building where one person was killed. Now, it could very well be that the 3 people I'm seeing might have been the people that caused the fire and an innocent person got killed in it, and they're stuck in that building because of what they've done.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I did, like I said, it was either that it got hit, but I could feel more from being inside. I could feel that something happened from inside the building, but I couldn't tell you if it was done through insurance stuff. Like I said, I hadn't got enough time to be able to get more evidence and more communication. I only got a short time. So.
But, yeah.
I need to know what's going on with the house.
What, you mean the apartment here?
Yeah,
I'd already said about this to Chris the other day that I felt that there was sort of a negative energy that's like further down in the building. I don't know if you've got some sort of cellar or you've got something where things are stored. I'm feeling a negative energy on a lower level.
Ah.
But I do feel that your building at some point would have been some sort of working house. That it would have been a place where people would have worked and done naughty things that he shouldn't have been doing.
There ain't no naughty things going on now.
Will that continue? Of course it'll continue.
Maybe, I don't know.
But yeah, no, I do feel that your building goes back quite far, and I do feel that there's been a lot of history in your building. There is a lot of energy in your building, definitely.
Yeah.
I do feel working wise though. I'm not saying working as in. I'd say like I'm seeing that at some point there might have been drug trafficking that come from.
I can picture that.
I'm also feeling prostitution sort of thing as well. There might have been women hanging around and doing things.
Now, is it possible? Okay, when we were at the motel, we had a lot of negative energy, you know, and people are like wanting help and always trying to like knock in and all that. Would it be possible them realizing that we weren't there anymore and them going back, like say they were connected to the jail or something, and they realized that we're not there anymore, so they came back to the jail, and when we went back to the jail, they attached themselves to us and just followed us?
There is a possibility. Some spirits can follow you, yeah. But I do think a lot of the residual energy I'm feeling in your building is something that's been there for a long time.
Yeah.
A long time. It's overplaying. It's residual. It's overplaying. It's like they're playing their past lives. But, you know, I do feel that you could have been to places and brought energies back with you as well. Yeah. Especially if they are trying to get something from you. Yeah.
Well, my oldest son went to let Sophia out, and she just started barking and nothing. There was nothing there. Just started barking. No reason or anything. She's done that a couple of times.
Yeah. And then last night she was barking her head off in the corner until I took her out.
No. I'm talking.
Her puppy's getting after her.
Leave my ears alone.
East also made the comment, I also feel that there's a lot of spirits here in our place. Which there is.
Yeah, there is.
We do have, of course, our family here.
Our family's there, I know it.
Obviously you're going to have family. Family will always be around you and make sure you're all right. But I do feel other energies from like the past as well there.
Yeah.
People that may have lived there or worked there or whatever. You know, there is a lot of energy in all of that building.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
I don't know. I just feel funny about your place. I just feel like somebody died like somebody had something that shouldn't have been done to him in your place. I feel like there was a murder in your place.
Oh, gee, thanks. Make me feel comfortable.
I'm only being honest. I'm only saying what I feel. I just feel that there would have been a murder.
Yeah,
I do feel that sort of energy.
Yeah, she said she had a feeling that possibly drug trafficking, ladies outside.
The red light district. Probably.
Yeah, that's what it seems like to me around here.
And I was picking that up a lot going on the walk. I said about the brothel and stuff like that. I do feel that in this area, this place that they live in, the sex industry would have been a very big thing. It would have been. I do feel that.
Well, we're going to be setting some ground rules. And we're going to
yeah. Basically, what his question was is the building a place for ladies of the night in the past.
Yeah, and that's what they do. If you think a lot of the ladies would have worked at night, everybody would have worked in the daytime, and then they would have gone out at night to have their fun, and some of them would have been unfaithful to their wives. They would have been cheating on wives and stuff like that. So there could have been a lot of stuff that have happened. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And you know, they are ladies of the night because they used to go out and work when they would be least seen. That is what they're about, you know. And drug trafficking, you know, a lot of women didn't want to have to do that to survive, but they had to. So how did they get past? By taking drugs to try and block out what they're doing.
Yeah.
Right.
He just put another comment in. It says, feeling a woman stab a man for his money.
Yeah, and there would have been that. There would have been some of the prostitutes and that would have killed their clients. I can feel, yeah, definitely. They would have. They wanted more money. They felt they didn't get enough money for what they'd done. I do feel that they would have probably killed. Yeah.
Well, every day.
And back in them days, murders would have been hid up. It was so much easier to hide murders back then than what it is now. So a lot of people, it used to get ignored like it hadn't happened. If you're not important, they didn't care. You know what I mean? So.
Got a name, he says. Elizabeth.
I didn't get Elizabeth. I was getting Lizzie, but that could Liz. It could, yeah.
It could be the short Lizzie, Liz, short or Elizabeth.
A lot of the women wouldn't have used their real names. They would have had shortened so that they weren't fully known for who they actually really were.
Right.
They do it even now in prostitution. You don't go by your name. You go by a nickname.
Candy.
Candy, or you know what I mean. So Elizabeth, she could have put her name to Liz.
Right.
You know what I mean. You know. So it's very, very possible. Yeah.
Well, I've already warned spirits every day. Every day I said the Lord's Prayer. Every day I do the house cleansing. I want to keep this space negative free, you know.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm a very big believer in protection and stuff. I do believe.
I don't want my kids to get hurt. That's my main concern. I mean,
constantly protect the home. Constantly, I do.
But the other night I woke up and it was like I started coughing, and I didn't tell Chris about this. And I figured, okay, maybe I just lost my breath, you know, or whatever. And then he tells me she saw a lot. And I'm like, oh, shit. What if I was being choked?
It's funny you say that, because when me and Chris were standing there was at one stage, there was this place, yeah, and he started going a bit weird, and then I started coughing. And he was going, are you all right? You're coughing and that. Are you picking up on something? I said, I feel like I'm picking up on somebody coughing but choking. And then you're saying you experienced like the sort of similar thing. That's weird.
She didn't even know that.
Right.
Because I just broke down and told Chris last night.
East ended up saying he has a last name, which I will check into that, East. And I can't even pronounce it. Unfortunately.
How do you spell it?
It's spelled Muirany. Moraney? Elizabeth Moraney, possibly. And then he says, oh my God, horny spirits. Ha 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 ha.
Oh, yes. Spirits still have their needs, you know.
They can still get nasty.
Mulraney.
Rainy?
It wasn't supposed to be an I in it. He must have hit it both at the same time or something. Hey, Jen T, welcome to the stream.
Welcome. Yeah, no. Could very well be. Just look up the name.
I'm thinking about it after I get done with the stream. Actually, no, never mind. I'll just do it right now. Because I am on the laptop.
Actually,
I'll do it on the phone instead.
So shall I talk a little bit about like my most memorable investigation, or
Yeah, go
You
ahead.
can. The floor is yours.
I've been to a few places. I'd say my most haunted place that I've been to would be Cold Christmas. Cold Christmas is an old ruined building over in near my area, where it was named that because apparently the story is that a number of children on a Christmas day lost their life.
No.
And a church was built so that these children could be buried there, and the village was changed and renamed, and the church was given the name Cold Christmas because of the children being buried there. And there was meant to be people that are quite rich that used to play for slots for their loved ones to go on there as well. Now, this place is a very negative place. There is a lot of demonic stuff that has been done there. There's been rituals and stuff done. There's a lot of negative energy, demonic energy there. I would say that was one of my most haunted places that I've actually been to, where I've had experiences of Class A EVPs. You could see figures and stuff walking with your own eyes. It was a crazy experience. My investigators got a bit spooked because they were quite new at it then, where I'd been used to it. And I remember just having one of my investigators, John, standing with me on the grass pit near the church, and we could see this barrier of whiteness that came down like a wall. And he was standing there going, "What the hell's that?" I said, "Just stand there and wait." I said, "I think they're trying to do something." And he was watching, and he visually, and he doesn't see things. He might feel things every now and again and that, but he don't normally see things. He see a hand physically come out of this wall mist and go to grab him, and he jumped back. And I said that it's them trying to communicate and stuff, but that place was a very haunted place, a very negative place. But there was also a lot of children's spirits there. I did help cross a little girl called Annie from over there, and a girl called Anna. And there was also a little boy. And in some of my pictures, you've got the pictures of the two boys, and you've got Anna sitting on the log in their spirit form. It was amazing.
Wow.
I'd say that's one of my best places for picture evidence and for EVP evidence. My other one would be not Clophill, Shefford Woods, Chicksand Woods. Chicksand Woods was a very haunted place. There is an army base to the back of it, and I'd picked up older soldier times, and I was seeing families that were hiding in the wood area and might have had like huts and shacks and things for them to sleep in and stuff.
Wow.
So we've got a lot of demonic stuff there as well, and we've got a lot of again apparition and pictures and EVPs and stuff like that. We was getting a lot of stuff going on in them two places. My most memorable investigation would be my friend Vanessa's house.
Oh.
Her house was haunted. She'd rang saying to me that she'd been having problems with energies in her home, and she was having these bad experiences, which were where this negative energy was attacking her and was trying to become connected to her little girl, Emily. And obviously, I'd done a few video calls with her where I was able to pick up on some of her loved ones, and I was able to pick up on what was going on in her house and where the energy was coming from, which she clarified, yeah, it was in the loft, and that's where I was getting it from. I'd picked up that there was more than just one negative energy in her house. At the time when we went there to get rid of them, we must have got rid of, I think it was 3, 4 negative energies out of her house. There were portals open in a loft that we needed to close. But I'd been on video call with her, and before I went there, I was attacked. I was attacked by the energy because I got a very bad reaction on my neck, both sides, and they were burns, but now it's turned into eczema now, and it's left me with scarring. But I had upside down crosses and stuff that had formed, and then it turned into just like big blobs of redness. You could see the flesh, and I had to go to hospital, and I nearly died from blood poisoning. This was through coming into contact with a negative energy, and that was because she was on my stream with me, and the energy was able to come through from her to me, and that's how I got attacked. Obviously, I still went up there. I done the investigation. I had my friends from Paranormal Postmortem, Lee and Tila, came down to join me because there's no way I was going to be able to get the energies out on my own because they were demonic. That's enough. We done cleansings, we done blessings. I had to cleanse and bless the guys and the daughter. I had to get her to do the prayers and stuff. We fighted against these energies for ages and ages in the house. It took all day to do it, all day to get rid of them. Towards the end, we had the last energy, which was the worst one, and he was up in the loft. And when I went up there, some strange stuff started happening. And as I come out of the loft, because one of my friends had to come and get me, go over there because you're annoying me now. As I was coming out the loft, I wasn't meant to land in my crucifix circle that was drawn to grab him. I was meant to land on the outside. I ended up landing inside it, and he came into my body, and there was a possession. People would call a possession in the house, and Vanessa's partner was a skeptic, but started to slightly believe because of the cards and stuff that he'd seen and what had been done there that day. But after witnessing what happened to me and this negative energy, he become a believer. Become a believer of the paranormal.
Yeah.
But we got rid of the energies. The energies are gone. Now there's just good spirits and stuff there. We was able to get rid of that, but we had to do paranormal and we had to do the witch side of it as well, because 2 of the demonics that were in the house were related to witch craft related. Like somebody that was a witch had put 2 of these negative energies into Vanessa's home. The other 2 had come through the portal along with other spirits. So that was hours and hours of fighting and battling, cleansing and doing rituals. And I was blessed and granted as a high priestess while there as well. I'd had all of the cleansing and blessings and stuff done while I was there for that. So I'd say that was my most memorable investigation when going into a place. There was a lot of banging. There was a lot of growling. Vanessa was shutting her bed into a room and we couldn't get the door open.
Wow.
We had the spirits showing in different forms to the little girl, as well as a hound dog, which she was feeding. She was putting things down, not realising what it was. So this had made the energies a lot more stronger. Obviously, you're all right. You've gone a bit red. You're not feeling well.
Yeah, I'm fine. I just looked up the name that East put in. I was going to ask him if he thinks that's either a maiden name or a married name. But you know how when you smoke and you start coughing and hacking real bad?
Yeah.
That's what I just went through. And I haven't smoked in about a month.
You might be picking up on some energy in that, because people are talking about the things that have been going on around here. People might be trying to communicate with. That might be what it is. It's a bit random you say that, because you're coughing and your partner woke up yesterday and was having the weird thing. And I had that experience when I was out with you. It's obviously a link, isn't it? So obviously somebody's trying to get through. Yeah. Somebody's trying to do something.
And I did not get any of that until I looked it up on my phone.
No, because you're looking them up. It's because you're finding out the truth about them and what's happened to them, and that's what they're doing. They're trying to show you, look, I'm here. You're on the right track. Keep going. Like,
and then
they do many things to you.
And then I ended up getting that sharp pain right here, like they got hit or something with a blunt object or something.
That's them giving you their residual energy. They're showing you and letting you know how they feel and what they went through. That's what they're doing.
Was she killed or something?
I think so. And then the smoke finished her off or something. A question. I say murdered got murdered. The murderer got murdered. Hey, Ray the fam!
Hey, Ray,
You're on about the serial killer. Are you on about the serial killer? If you're on about the serial killer, I do feel that his deaths weren't natural. Definitely not natural. I do think that maybe one of the children's family might have caught up on what he was, and they might have killed him. Something might have brought to what he'd done.
Hi, Ray.
We do have another question.
Because I've not been out with Chris long enough to get that. So that's just by hearsay and what I'm feeling at the minute talking about it.
It was like something came through. It wasn't Sherry, but it was another voice. Can anybody hear that?
I heard something, but I think it's because we were talking over each other at the time.
No. It was a woman's voice, Chris. It was Sherry, possibly a woman's voice. We have to. What time is that video on right now?
I have no clue, Missy. Because we're about 2 hours. I need to go on like.
Well, we started at 7:33, and it's now nearly 9 o'clock here.
Right.
So it's about an hour.
I was on for about 33 minutes before you were able to come on.
Yeah, you come on. Yeah, so you come on at 7 o'clock, but I didn't get on till just after 7:30.
Right. We do have another question from Dead Paranormal Memories.
Go on, yeah.
He asked, Sherry, what was your most earliest memory of spiritual / paranormal experience?
Wow. Well, like I said, I've had it since child, but actually having experiences where I can remember and understand what they are, I would say that was from around the age of 7. I have always had a very close contact with 2 ladies called Maggie and Margaret. I have recently come to find out that Maggie is in fact my mum's foster mother, which is my foster nan. And she was a witch and stuff, and she's the one that used to learn me about witch stuff and spirits and how to accept them and not to be scared of them and stuff like that. So I'd say that my first ever experience would have been like that. I would remember would be at 7, but actually having contact with them and being okay with them and not being scared of them would have been when I was around 12 or 13, which is when I started to accept what I was. But I've had experiences from a very young age. My first ever spirit I see was when I was a toddler, and that was my when I first ever come into contact with my actual demonic side of me, which is my aura. Aura is my spirit of the dark side. She's my protector. I first ever see her when I was 3, where she put her hand out. She actually physically showed herself to me. So that would be, you know, where I wouldn't say I so much I remember seeing her. I just remember little things, like I remember having a sort of a connection sort of thing. And I always seem to be very much more alert and aware for my age, which was why I say I'm an old soul in a new body. That is what I am. You know, I was very, very forward in some things as a child, but not very good in reading and writing and stuff.
Right.
So, you know, but yeah, 7 years old, being able to remember and understand it, and 12 to 13 years old when I was actually doing it where it didn't scare me anymore and I become more accepting of them.
I want you to tell people about that time that ghost pulled the chair off from under you.
The story you told us.
My first ever experience that was like what made me realise that spirits can do more than just talk to you and show themselves to you was when I was on an investigation with some guys that were into the paranormal, but they're not like what we do, guys. They weren't like investigators and had teams. They were just these people that liked it as a hobby, but some of them were spiritually inclined. They could do things. And I would go along with them on a regular basis. And we used to have certain equipment and certain things. And I remember being took to this building. Don't ask me what it is because I can't remember for the love of God. It was so long ago. But I remember it was my first ever investigation. And they was like, come on, we're going to throw you in the deep end. I said, what are you going to do? They go, we want you to go into that room. It's meant to be one of the most haunted rooms in the building. I was like, right. They go, we're going to shut the door and you're going to put the chair in the middle of the floor and you're going to sit on it. I was like, right, okay, yeah, no, I'll do that. That's fine. I was a bit of a daredevil. I didn't really care. This is how I have not become scared of the paranormal, through this experience. So I'm sat there. They've shut the door. They're not in the room. There's just me and the chair. I'm sitting on the chair. And the next minute I'm seeing this dark shadow that's come through the doorway. And I've gone, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Because obviously I've only seen it so, like, in certain ways. I've not seen it in another building. I've only been used to seeing it through my home. So I knew that they might be different, and I'd been studying, so I knew what spirits could get like. And I was like, oh my God. And he's come over towards me and he's walking round in a circle, but he's getting faster, and that started making me feel on edge. And I was like, oh my God, I don't like this. I don't like this. And the next minute, I've tried to move backwards in my chair, and what's happened is he's come up from behind me and he's pulled the chair from under my ass, and the chair's gone flying across the floor, and I'm on the floor screaming my head off, going, ah! And I'm like holding my hair and everything. I was going nuts. The guys come running back in the room. They're like, you're right. I was like, no, somebody's just pulled the chair from under me. Don't be stupid, Sherry. Like, that you must have like fell off it and it moved on its own. I was like, no, something moved it from under my ass. And that, yeah, they were like, right, okay. I go, stay in here with me and we'll see if we can get it to do it again. And the guys were in the room with me and that, and they were watching. They'd shut the door and they could feel the energy coming into the room, and I could see him. I said, yeah, you can feel him near you. He's over near you at the minute. So he's about to walk over near me and he's going round again. They could feel this energy getting stronger and stronger going around, and they were watching me on the chair and that, yeah. And they were like, what's going on? And I was like, he's circling me again. He's going to go for the chair again. So I've stood up because I've been scared of it, and I'm like, oh my God, I don't like it because he's already pulled the chair from me once. So I stood up thinking I'd be all right. He might move away. No, because as I've gone to sit down to go on the chair, he's moved the chair and they've seen it, and I've landed on the floor again. He literally just pulled the chair as I was about to sit on it. These guys, when I told them, they were laughing their bloody heads off. They were like, you're kidding me. I was like, no, he pulled the chair and they see it happen. And I was just stood there still, literally. And I went to go and sit down and he pulled the chair and I landed on the floor. Again. And we all run out of the building screaming.
Wow.
Literally, all of us gone. Didn't want to stay there anymore. It's so funny though. Now that I look at it, back then it weren't funny, but now when I look at it, I do laugh at it now because I don't fear them anymore for them sort of reasons, you know what I mean? But back then it was really scary. Like literally, we all run. We looked like ghosts going out of that building, believe me. How pale we went.
He said he had Elizabeth yelling in his ear.
You had Elizabeth yelling in your ear. She might be trying to tell you something.
Yeah.
I've never had anything bad happen to me or anything. The worst thing that would happen to me is something happened to the kid.
Yeah, see, like for me, I wouldn't have looked at that as being a bad thing. That was just an experience. But right. I've had the attack to my neck. That is the only thing that I can 100% put my hand on heart and say it was the most scariest and most horriblest thing to go through. Every other experience in my paranormal has been amazing. If it's been outstanding, amazing. Like I'm addicted to the paranormal. I'm addicted to it. I couldn't be without it. If I didn't have paranormal, I don't think I'd want to exist, to be quite honest. I love it. Same as my spiritual stuff. That's why on my channels I do my spiritual stuff to help other people, and I do healings and blessings, and I'll do meditation, and I'll talk spiritual stuff, and I'm always giving people advice in spiritual stuff and in paranormal and doing it. So
yeah,
dance, music, singing, anything that makes a person feel good about themselves. That's what I do. That's what I'm about. Being real and keep on believing. That is what I'm about. Believe in it all, because it's very real, and the spirit world is very much out there. Very much so.
And she was nervous, Chris, and she's been home for over an hour and a half.
Yeah, and you say you were nervous.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. I get nervous before I get on, but then once I start going, I'm okay. I always do this. Everyone's saying you're going to blow it, Sherry, because you're really good at talking. You're really good at saying your stuff and people like listening to you. Yeah, I know that, but I always get nervous beforehand. Even when I do my own investigations, I'm flapping before I get on. It's just natural. It's how I've always been. It's just that's the way. That's the way that you show that you're dedicated. You're dedicated to what you are and what you do. You want everything to be okay. You're going to worry, aren't you? Because, you know, you want to do the best for yourself and for the people that are watching you and the person that you're coming onto the channel to talk to. You know what I mean?
I'm
oh!
What? What? What?
What? You found something, ain't you?
I didn't find something. It's what was told to East. The whole Elizabeth thing.
Yeah, go
on. He says, Abraxas, she's saying she needed the money, and she said she is glad she got rid of the man who killed the kids.
So she was a mother. She was a mother and her children were murdered.
Wow. Well,
this could very well be, Elizabeth could be the woman that might be the mother to maybe some of the children that might have been sexually abused by this this killer. And it might be her that might have killed him.
Right. That's where the whole murder,
I'm feeling that this
thing
Elizabeth lady had some sort of ability. I do feel that this Elizabeth lady had some sort of ability where she could see things that other people couldn't. And I think that's how she's come to light on what happened to her children.
What East is picking up on, he says, I picked that up, and her child was the first one killed.
Yeah, by the serial killer. Yeah, and I'm feeling she's got some sort of ability that she was able to know that it was him. And I do, now that he's saying it, I do feel that she, from what I'm seeing, she stabbed him.
Wow.
She was a working woman. She had children. She did her best by her children, but she was a working woman, and he come to her as a client, and she killed him.
He must
she knew that he'd killed her kids.
He must slipped or said something to make her suspicious of it, or something
No, I'm not. No, I don't think it is. I think she's got some sort of ability. She just knew that he'd done it, and I'm getting this premonition that that she was seeing him doing things to other children. She's seen a lot of children going in there and not coming back out, and I think she's clicked on to what's happened because she's not found her kids, and that's why she killed him.
Okay. Here's something else he said. He picked up the daughter of a voodoo priestess.
And wasn't there a voodoo priestess here?
That could be. I did say about the dark magic and stuff being done near the church. Could this all be linked?
Yeah.
Maybe when the child was killed, they were doing these rituals and stuff to try and bring out who it was. And Elizabeth's been able to see these kids disappearing through going to him. So she's I've got a feeling they'd set this up for him to be killed.
Probably.
She went to try and sleep with him, and that's when she got him. She killed him. That's what I'm getting. But I'm feeling that Elizabeth died from doing something to herself.
Was this the
I'm feeling that the pain of not having her kids and what she'd done had got to her, and she looked for a way out, which might be why I was feeling in that building there was a suicide.
Yeah.
Was this the owner of the store?
Or the guy that was doing the things to the kids?
Yeah, was he the owner?
Probably.
He was the owner of the shop, but
He's the owner
Obviously,
of the shop.
if you're an owner of a shop back in them days, you've got money, so you can afford to go to brothels and
Yep.
stuff. And I feel that he was a regular punter that they were aware of, and then they've come to gist of what he's been doing, and they've set that up for him to be killed. And out of the guilt of her children being killed and what she's done, even though in a lot of people's eyes that was the right thing to do. You know, I'm not being funny, if my children were killed by someone, I'd go after them and do the same thing. I'm sorry, I would.
Yep.
You know what I mean? But to her, it might have just felt too guilty for her because it's not the sort of person she is. She's not like that. So she took her life. That's what I'm feeling. She took her life.
What year was this that this happened? In between 20s and 30s?
Anything from the 20s to the 50s. It's around them time scales, yeah. I'm seeing, like I said, I was seeing the ladies in those really tight dresses with the fluff outfit, like what Marilyn Monroe would have wore and stuff. I'm seeing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it is probably more the 50s, like 40s, 50s sort of time.
And he's put in a couple of comments after that. He says he sees a group of women, and then the next one, who would believe a bunch of prostitutes about missing kids?
Say that again.
He sees a group of women.
Yeah.
Was one comment. And the second comment he put up, who would believe a bunch of prostitutes about missing kids?
Well, back in them days, the prostitutes would not have been took notice of, would they? They weren't really looked at as being important. So if a prostitute's lost their children, they ain't going to do much to help her, are they?
Right.
So, you know, I get what you're saying there. So what else could they do? They took it into their own hands to make sure that he went to keep other children safe.
Yep.
You know what I mean? There's still people at the end of the day, even though they've done this sort of stuff, there was still people, they're still human beings, they've still got feelings. Not all of the women that worked there were doing that because they like drugs and that. Some of them had families to support and couldn't survive without working. That's the easiest way to do it in them days. Put your body out there. You know what I mean?
He says he's picking up on a date of 1949. The police turned a blind eye about the women.
This is what I was saying. I don't feel that they were being picked up on or it was being took seriously. That's what I'm saying. And I'd said to you 40s or 50s. So, yeah, it would make sense. It's going into the 50s, isn't it? 1950s. It's going into the 50s. That's what I'm saying. It's around that time.
I'm doing research.
You know.
I'm doing research.
Yeah. And the murder of the man is the last thing he put in.
I think that the murders with children with this guy went on for quite a few years after her children had gone missing. It wasn't caught on to what was going on straight away. It was over a period of time. I'd say that, you know, all of the assaults and stuff that started to come to light and all the complaints were around the 1949s, like you said. But I feel that his death come in the 50s. I do feel that he done a few years where he was traiting and killing children, and then it was caught on, and that's when she killed him. I do feel that she died in the 50s. So she died quite a few years after her children had died.
Right.
So.
Hey, Rob, what's going on, brother?
Hey, Michigan, man.
Welcome to the stream.
Welcome.
Yeah, we are diagnosing.
Support each other.
What's that?
Don't forget to support each other.
Support each other. We are diagnosing one of the places that we've been to, and a place that I took Paranormal World investigators, Sherry, by and see, and she was there for a few minutes and picked up on a lot of things. Perverted man is the man I saw by the courthouse on your stream. Oh wow.
But he would have walked around, like I'd said to you. He used to go around that area. He used to be often seen going out in an old-fashioned car. Can't say the car. It's a weird thing. It looks a bit like a box, and it's a dark green colour with leather sort of on the top of the roof.
Yeah.
And he was seen always leaving to go and pick up products and stuff, and he was coming back with children. Obviously, the children, he would have done something to them so that they weren't sitting up or doing anything, so people wouldn't be aware of what he was doing. So he'd do it sneakily. So yeah.
Well, I am doing research.
And he's going to be walking around. You're going to see him walking around everywhere, because these little children spirits won't stay in one place. They'll be walking around everywhere. You know what I mean? He's trying to keep them together, and that's what he's doing. He's controlling them. That's what he's doing.
Was your home?
Yeah. Somebody's here.
He was a friend. He was friends of the judge.
Which would explain why everything was, the blind eye was turned. It would explain it, because back in them days, people weren't listening to him, and people that were in business and had money would normally know people like the president and people like that, and the judges and people like that, wouldn't they? So it does make sense into why it was not took seriously when these ladies' kids went missing and stuff. Especially if they were low class, they weren't looked at as being important.
Right.
You know? So
Austin.
Sadly. Which is disgusting, but
Austin doesn't want to.
Okay.
Can you please get that cap?
I'm just going to put my heating on because it's getting cold. They're picking up their energy in there.
You can have a sip. But yeah. Guys, I'm great that you guys all popped in for this. It has been very interesting. A lot of information has came out about a lot of the places that
Thank you, darling.
I live by, and a couple of the places that I've been to.
You did awesome.
You know, it's been an awesome time. It was an awesome time walking around with Chris that time, and it's been really awesome to come on this interview as well. Like, I like people to know what I'm about and what I do. You know, like I said, my channel's a dedicated channel.
Yep.
I'm true. I'm honest. I'm real. There's nothing fake about me. You know, I'm about showing other people the paranormal world. I'm about bringing justice for spirits that don't get that opportunity. That is what I'm about. I'm about growing other channels, making other people more aware of it, you know. And I would really appreciate if you keep on supporting me, guys, and come and check my channels and go and check my guys' channels. Make sure you support Chris in that if you haven't already, guys. Any of my guys in the ring, make sure you hit that button.
Right there's a link to her channel as well. Go check her out.
You're always welcome in my room. I'm a love light and a good room. I don't like drama and stuff, and you know, you're always welcome to come to my room. More than merry.
Thank you for that little piece of advice about the kids, though. We will do that first.
I'm only going to say what I feel and I see. I am very genuine at that. If I don't see or feel something, I won't say it. I only say what I feel and I see. That is what
I will get Kendall, and I will.
We can't always be right, but
try to get them crossed over.
Yeah, do the candle thing. Make sure you do what I said. Like, just say to them, you know, I know you're trapped and you think that you're in a bad place. You don't need to be here anymore. You could go to your family. You can be happy. We're sending you to the Lord and the Divine. We want you to go to the light. So we're going to light this candle, focus on this candle, and listen to my voice, and just say, I'm crossing over. Can you hear? Can you see your family? When you hear the word or a word come in your head saying yes, say, okay, follow that light, follow their voices, keep going. You just have to guide them through the light, because a lot of them are scared of it. They don't realise what it is. You know what I mean? So.
All right.
But yeah.
Thank you for having me on here, guys. It's been awesome.
I'm glad to have you on.
Glad to have you on. It was fun.
I don't know why I worried so much before. I was flapping on the camera to him. I was like, oh my God.
Thank you guys for coming here. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, no, it's been a pleasure. You ever want me to come back, I'll happily come back on.
Okay.
Awesome. Plus, I will also probably get my Facebook hooked to her phone. And when I go back on, I'll go ahead and try to get a hold of you again if I can.
Yep.
And
when I've got my laptop and stuff sorted out, I will be starting my my interview things up. So maybe you guys could come on to mine and talk to us. So it don't matter if you've only been doing it a short time. You could talk about what you're planning on doing and the things that you have done, and you know.
Okay. By them we'll have vehicles, so we'll have a lot more places that we're going. And
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It won't be for a few months, so you would have seen a few more places by then and stuff. You know what I mean? If you ever need any help, or you're going on investigations and you're like, oh, Sherry, would you come on panel with me just to do? I'd happily help you out. That's what I'm here to do.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So anybody that goes for, not just these guys, any of you.
I appreciate everybody.
Hey, Savage.
Thank you very much.
Hey, guys.
Hey, Savage. How are you? This is my little leprechaun.
Yeah. Savage. White boy, savage outlaw.
Our friend, he went to go visit our friend Brooke, and she said, oh my God, you're short. So now he's my little leprechaun. He said he got me buddies Lucky Charms. But he such a funnier.
Yes.
Do you want me to come off panel now and you just do your talk thing to the guys and that? I'll just go into your room.
No,
you're right.
You can. Japan wants to see people. So.
Yeah, I can't see what anyone's writing, so.
Okay. Let me have you get this out real quick. Do you have any advice for Alan? He says, I'm now petrified for tomorrow. LOL.
What, have you got an investigation tomorrow, Alan?
No.
He's coming on here tomorrow.
Right? Just be yourself. Keep smiling. And just say things how you feel it and how you see it. And as you've seen up here, they don't ask you complicated questions. They don't ask you questions where you're going to be like, oh my God, I don't even know how to answer that. So you're going to be fine. Just be yourself. Just keep being who you are and what people love you being. That's all you got to do. I was nervous before I come on. It's natural, darling. Once you get on here, you're going to love it. So you'll be fine. And I'll be here to watch you. So don't worry. Just be yourself. That's always important. If you're not yourself, then don't do it. You know what I mean? So
here's how I say, just imagine it's just me and you talking.
Exactly. Just imagine there's nobody else in the room. It's just you and Chris. That's all you got to imagine. It's fine. I'm not being funny. If you're coming on the phone, you can't see the chat anyway. So it is like it's only you and Chris. That's why I think I found it a bit more easier. Because I can't see everybody in the room.
Yeah.
I'm just
not that I don't love you guys. I do. But I get a bit nervous at times. Especially if I see like hundreds of you sitting in there. Be like, oh my God. You know
okay. I'll go ahead and let you drop down. That way you can.
I'm going to come and visit you in the room now, guys. I'll let these guys carry on. Thank you for having me on here again, Chris and lovely lady over there. And love you both. And quickly, I'm on live tomorrow. First time back channeling. So please be there, guys. It's 10:30 UK time. Okay, that's tomorrow.
Yeah,
okay? Love you, like 5:30 my time. Yeah. Well, talk to you later.
Yeah.
Bye, guys. Love, light, and blessings.
Love and light.
East Devon Paranormal needs help, Sherry.
Right. Well, let me get into the room and I'll see what they're saying.
Yep.
Right. Love you all.
Love you.
Love you.
She's so sweetie. I love her.
Okay, guys.
Well,
so, what did you think of this little stream that we've done today?
Little?
Yeah, little.
We've been on for over 2.5 hours, Chris. This is the longest one yet.
Yeah, I know.
This be sounds.
East, how can you help calm her down and help her? Sherry will be in the chat here shortly. You can go ahead and talk to her about it. I do have an open slot on Wednesday for an interview if anyone is interested. I know somebody gave me...
Well, we needed to get East on there anyway. East Devon Paranormal.
Right.
And we also needed to get...
It's okay, Rob. It was a nice long replay. She went on a walk with me on my way home from work, and she went through and broke down everything that she's seen on here.
And we knew those spirits up there needed help.
Yep.
Because, well, so what happened? The pedophile, I think it was a pedophile, popped up out of that hole and was trying to get Austin to go over to that hole. And Austin was like getting scared because the other monitors said that they wanted help. Well, Sherry confirmed it.
Yep.
So that was like crazy for me.
And maybe that's the same pedophile that lady was seen up by the jail, too.
Yeah. Well, I think that's what,
Do you guys know if anyone would like some wild onions?
No.
Why?
I'm trying to get rid of them, get some onions.
No, just go.
You're not going to be able to sell them.
Or at least get rid of them so they don't go bad.
Somewhere, then.
No.
Go.
You can
I
try.
smell food. I smell like Captain Crunch. Who has Captain Crunch?
Go. Nobody does.
Why do I smell Captain Crunch then?
You don't.
I'm hungry.
But yes,
Ramen noodles.
I am grateful for each and every one of you guys coming in here. You guys are all awesome.
Did you pull some out?
There ain't none in the freezer anymore, Missy.
Oh.
Yes. You guys are awesome. I'm happy for you guys to come in. Yes, if you see them light a candle. What the heck just happened?
What?
The thing about notification keep popping up for some reason. Sorry guys, I lost the chat there for a second. So far, we got 5 watching right now. We got 20 likes.
Really? Holy crap.
And 2 trolls that don't like it, but they can probably continue watching it. Oh, well.
Hey, Dad. I'm gonna go, okay?
Okay, Rob. Much love to you, too, man.
No.
You're awesome and everything else. Thanks for stopping in.
Thank you, Rob.
This is it, right?
Yes, he's not there.
No, no, I'm going out and getting more hostage.
Oh, okay.
Love to have. Thank you, brother. Where's Troy? Get her pig.
Yeah.
Get her pig.
Can you find your pig?
Where's your pig?
Had it.
I thought you took it to your room.
Thank you guys for all coming
Yep.
in here. It was awesome. I love it. We had fun. We learned a lot.
And it shows that you guys really care about things that we do and everyone else, what everyone else does.
Go check out everybody out that was in the stream. You know, I mean, and if you need to, you can always go back and rewatch it.
Nice.
What?
He says, since talking to the girl to Elizabeth, my room has gotten much warmer.
Oh, okay. The way I would see it is she did what she had to do.
Yep.
You know, and now that we know, she can move on. So that should have put her at peace. Because now people know, you know.
You're right.
Did you just feel that?
What?
It was like somebody hit the bottom of the floor.
I was messing with my cord.
No,
Oh.
I mean, this was a thud.
Awesome.
We have to talk to Paul to try to get downstairs.
Nothing much, Savage.
Hey, Savage.
We just finished an interview with Paranormal World Investigators,
And this was awesome.
aka Sherry.
You might have to go back and listen to it. It's awesome.
It was awesome. It was a great interview. Tomorrow at the same time at 2:00, we will have Dead Paranormal Memories, aka Alan.
And don't forget,
He will come on and spill his beans about his history with the paranormal.
and don't forget, we're going to be in B-Town tonight.
And tonight at 9:30, I will be on B-Town Paranormal's channel.
Where's your pee?
Dad, before you end this live stream, I gotta read something.
What?
What is it?
Is it about the thing overseas? With the cathedral burning?
If I could find it.
What's it about?
Right.
Here it is.
What's it about?
So I did the My Name pump thing and typed in Abraxas. A is for alluring and tracing with your charm. B is for your bright future that awaits. R is for real, your way of existence. A is for angelic. You have a kind heart. X is for exuberant, blessed with abundance. A is for adaptable, always ready to adjust. S is for sweet. The little things you do.
Wow.
Praxis is a blessing from God.
Praxis is a god. Go get her water, find her pig, and go. Turn off the kitchen light. No.
Wow. He just turned my light off.
I'm sorry, I forgot. Sorry.
So probably in a second it's going to get dark. Hey, it's dark.
Good. Now it's on. Now it's on.
Now it's back on.
He forgot. He's a goof.
Wow.
What?
Notre Dame has burned down to the ground. Suspected ISIS.
What?
The cathedral overseas about the Hunchback of Notre Dame, it burnt down to the ground.
Wow.
There was a big story on there. Awesome.
All right.
I will, if you go to the interview with B-Town that I had, I believe I put their thing in the description for their channel. The link for their channel in there. So you guys can go there, or I can post it up in here along with Sherry. One more time, guys. This is PWI, Sherry's link for her channel.
She's awesome. And
I will put B-Town in as well.
Savage. Sherry does channeling. She's an empath. She's she's crossed spirits over and stuff. She's really awesome. She's an awesome.
Yes, please go check her out.
Savage is in the paranormal too. So
Yes.
I don't like it. And she's gonna have a stream. What is it, tomorrow night?
Yes.
5:30? And she's gonna.
It's 5:30.
5:30.
5:30 Eastern Standard Time in the U.S.
Which should be 10:30, I think, right?
And it's 10:30 her time.
But the channeling is really, really interesting.
Yes, it is. Awesome. Thank you, East.
Where's the pig?
For her. So she started squeaking it.
pig isn't squeakable anymore.
That's why. That's why she wants the
That
pig in here.
bone
Even
is-
though we get beat up by the pig, she wants the pig in here.
Don't complain to me. Complain to them.
10:30 UK time. Yes.
All right, complain to her because she wanted to cover.
It's not a pupper, it's a puppy.
Guys, puppy or pupper? Tell me in the description.
I can't wait for it either. And later that night, tomorrow, I will try to go out to that general store to give a peace offering.
Now the candle ain't gonna happen yet. It's gonna have to wait.
And
Unless you give me a candle.
Oh no.
White candle.
also try to be there for about a good 15 to 30 minutes as well.
Dad, this thing is lagging.
Hi, Abraxas Jr. Ace Burgers right here.
Where's your pig?
Oh, ah!
Why is it lagging so bad?
She's like
Why?
kicking her feet up
Yeah.
in the air.
Hello, lad. Yeah, he doesn't. He's camera shy.
It's lying.
See how he's hiding his face there?
This is the one that the spirits were calling him.
What are you trying
It's
to
going
do?
to be 9:30 Eastern Standard Time tonight. So 9. It's going to be about 2 o'clock your guys' time. 2:30.
I'm wondering where my power bank is. That's it.
Yeah. Her spirits is up right now.
America. Why did you ruin my mojo?
Are you okay, Cody?
That is the oldest one, and he is also the shortest one.
Yeah, but I'm also the most hot-tempered one, too.
And ugly.
I don't know about that. You both have temper.
But, yes. Okay, guys. I'm going to go ahead and get this stream to end.
Much love, guys. Thanks for
If
coming.
you guys do what we do, please be careful. Say your prayers always. Take any sort of protection that you have out with you.
Stop. Austin.
Ow!
Come on. I don't want to get demonetized before I'm able to get monetized.
Why would you get demonetized by playing?
Hey, Fruity!
So wait. So if I start playing this,
Austin,
would you get
stop?
demonetized?
Austin, would you stop?
Would you? Would you get demonetized?
I can't
If
hear
I start
nothing.
playing this. Right?
Bite him in the ear. Bite him in the butt. Hey, Fruity. Love you,
No, wrong
Fruity.
one.
Yes, I would.
Love you, Fruity. Mwah! Love you, guys. Thank you for coming in.
Yes.
Love
So,
the fight, people.
The national anthem, which the football teams play
You know
on.
what?
Yes, for the simple reason it is copyrighted.
How is the national anthem copyrighted? It's our. That's some BS. Whoever wrote it down.
Okay, stop. Hey, ding, you're going. Yay. I know. I'm sorry, Fruity.
Hey.
I will be live again tomorrow at 2 o'clock
Hey.
Eastern
What about-
Standard Time.
What about B-Town?
Oh my
And
god!
tonight I will be on B-Town Paranormal's live stream
We can
at
also
9:30.
We can also Facebook for now. Because now we have good internet.
Yes.
We're not in the motel. She knows
Get
it,
that
doesn't
out.
she? Does she know that? We're not in the motel.
Yay. Okay. But yes, thank you each and every single one of you. You guys there's much love for all of you guys. Obviously, Welcome back, Little Red. But yes, as what I was saying, if you do this, please be careful. Please say your prayers. Take your protection. Try not to go out by yourself if you can help it. Much love to each and every one of you.
Love and
Stay
light.
safe and have fun with it.
Bye, guys.
If it gets too hairy, please just drop what you're doing.
And skedaddle.
There is no sense in risking harm to yourself or to your health doing this. The place will always be there.
Love and light.
So you can, it's better to live and be safe instead of
evil.
go out, get hurt, and make it where you can't do this for a while. But yes, much love to each and every one of you guys. My fist, my protect. Little Red.
That don't help. That
When
don't
it
help
comes to a
against son.
spirit, your fist can't protect you.
The best thing against that is crystals or prayers.
No. Fist can't protect. Fist can't protect. That's why you get shock weapon.
No.
You probably get the money
No,
if this
oh.
business. That's why you get
Go.
weapon.
Austin,
Go.
Where is her thing?
Wait, what?
Where's her
Go
pig?
find your pig.
Get her pig.
But yes, much love to each and every one of you guys. Do you have anything to end it with?
Love and light, guys. Thank you for coming
I have one thing to say. Why not use weapons? They can make a cross easily.
Peace. Uh-oh, I gotta find it.